first ballot Hall of Famer bomber, and also the NBL Raiders owner, Project Fat. So let's take you down to the field for some Week 3 action. We have the 2-0 Vikings facing off against the 2-0 Eagles tonight. And we have the kickoff. It's going to be returned by the returner, heading up past the 20, about to 25. And now let's turn it over to Project Fat here. Give us some keys of victory for the Vikings tonight.
All right, and I think the first key to victory for the Vikings is going to be some better quarterback play by the Minnesota Vikings and Teddy Bridgewater. So far this season, been kind of not the greatest quarterback play. 1 touchdown to 3 interceptions so far. Season's still young, but I think he needs to improve. And then number 2 would be stopping DeMarco Murray in that Eagles running game. I think that's a pretty big vocal point for this team, so it's going to be important for the Vikings to stop that.
DeMarco Murray is going to cut it outside, break up tackle for the first play, get to about the 27, 2-yard gain on the first play.
Yeah, you'd really like to see DeMarco get off to a hot start today. The Eagles are definitely going to need him without Zach Ertz, their primary target for Sam Bradford. Last week he went down with an injury. He appears to be out 4 to 6 weeks. I'd really hope they establish this run game early.
It's something they're definitely going to need to focus on. I absolutely believe that DeMarco Murray is going to need to run this team to victory today. Take some pressure off Bradford as Bradford steps behind center now. We're going to have a 3-wide set, and he's going to hand it to DeMarco. Small crease, 1-yard gain. Looks like we're going to be having a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 here. It's going to be a big 3rd down situation to start the game for the Eagles.
Yeah, and just like we talked about, the Eagles, looking to get DeMarco Murray involved early. Vikings did very well those first 2 plays, bringing up that 3rd and long situation here early in the first quarter.
Yes, and it's going to be interesting to see right off the bat. As we saw 2 handoffs go to DeMarco Murray. As we said, Bradford did lose his top target in Zach Ertz last week, so it's interesting to see now who he's going to be thrown to, and he's going to line up in shotgun, split backs, 3 wide, and he's taking the snap, looking downfield, throws it across the middle to his wide receiver at the big first down to the 49-yard line.
Nice throw by Sam Bradford on a little post across the middle to Aguilar. That's not a game management throw. So people will wonder, oh, they drafted that rookie. Where is that going to leave Bradford out? You making throws like that, that's going to keep you as a starter in Philly.
Yes, absolutely. I would be surprised to see the rookie come in. Right now, Bradford's coming up, strong formation, line up behind center, 2 wide.
Following that huge play.
Pause hike, hands it to Murray at the middle again. Small crease, right at the middle of the field, about 8-yard gain. We're looking at 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3.
And that was a very nice gain there. Murray just looked like he was pretty patient on that, found the small hole that his offensive line gave him, and he just took what the defense was giving him there.
Yeah, I also want to just take a step back here as to what Bomber was just saying about the rookie quarterback drafted from LSU in the 2nd round. I think there is, if we happen to see the game get a little out of hand, there's going to be a lot of people calling for that rookie to step in. However, I don't think that's something that the Eagles are going to want to do at this point, as they do have a 2-0 season. And now we got Bradford behind center, audible in the play around, handing outside to Bernard Pierce, and it's going to be a 1-yard loss here, so we're going to have a 3rd and 3 coming up.
I really like how October's staying with the run on this first drive. It's really going to help keep the defense honest, and it's to help set up his chess pieces as the game progresses.
I 100% agree with that. DeMarco Murray and just the Eagles' offensive line and ground game, as we said, is a key. They need to stick with it. They need to make the Vikings respect that. Get men in the box, and that's only going to open up the passing game, which is going to be essential for the Eagles to succeed without Zach Ertz. They're going to have to relieve some pressure off Mike Williams and Jordan Matthews. And we got a 2 tight end set here, 2 wide set. Bradford and single back. Snaps the ball, looking downfield, almost picked off. And that's going to be our first 4th down in the game. We're looking for a punt here and get to go ahead and get the first possession for the Vikings here. And
yeah, like we said, that was a pretty scary throw. That's I think that was a little bit forced there.
Definitely into some tight coverage. And there's the punt. Looks like it's going to be back at the end zone. Diggs catches it, takes a knee, taking us to the 20. Now we got the Vikings' first drive. So let's turn at the bottom here. Give us some keys for the Eagles now.
All right, the key for the Eagles to win this game, you can't have errant throws like that. Sam Bradford has got to be a game manager today. I liked a couple of his first throws to start on the first drive, but that last one, we cannot have it. And they got to shut down number 28, the big man, Adrian Peterson. They got to shut him down. Their rushing attack has been subpar thus far to start the season, and if they can shut down Adrian Peterson, I see them as coming away with this win at home.
AP is going to be a huge part, as he is every game. Huge risky throw by Bridgewater on the first play, almost intercepted, dropped by the linebacker on that play.
Yeah, same thing. A little bit risky there. I was kind of surprised they didn't come out running the ball to start the game as well, but we'll see what they decide to do here on second down.
Here we go. Yes, here we go. It's too wide on the right side. It's going to be a misdirection handoff to AP, 2-yard loss.
And that's what Philly needs right there. They need to plug up the middle. They really shut down the run game. Make Teddy Bridgewater beat you with his arm, and better yet, get some pressure on him and make him beat you with his legs. I don't think the guy is as highly rated as most people think.
Yes, Bridgewater, unproven player with some unproven wide receivers. Let's make him, prove he can win this game. As Bridgewater takes the snap, he's looking downfield, throws it up the middle to Mike Wallace. It's not going to be long enough for the first down, and we're going to have a fourth down. Quick 3 and out for the Vikings. Not an impressive start that we wanted to see from them.
Definitely not, but I'm on the other side of the ball. The Eagles, definitely impressive start for them on defense. But yeah, I think that first down play kind of set them up for that quick 3 and out there.
And here's the punt. It's going to be fielded at about the 35-yard line. Cuts outside, only going to be about a 2-3 yard gain here. And we're going to see Bradford and company step back out onto the field here. One thing I would really like them to get going here is the ground. Stick to what they've been doing. I know they've been running the ball, but I want to see some success from DeMarco Murray on this drive here. Show that's what they're going to do, is they're going to run this ball down the Minnesota Vikings throat, and that's how they're going to win this game.
We start with 2 3 and outs, and Bradford's in the shotgun right now with Murray to the left, offset. We start with 2 3 and outs. We wonder if a big play is going to come up here. Nice little motion play to DeMarco Murray. He gets up the middle, gains about 5-6 on that play. Like Tom was saying, 2 3 and outs. You still want to stay with the run game. Your defense is looking strong. Let's don't put them in a position where the field position is going to kill the defense. You need to be able to keep them playing balance on both ends.
Absolutely, that was a very nice run on first down by DeMarco Murray, and those are the kind of runs that we want to see. You don't want to task Bradford with second and long, third and longs. You want to be able to have short first downs for him. We're going to have a 4 wide set here, bunched on the right side. DeMarco Murray all set in the backfield. Vikings defensive line pinching up the middle. Bradford's motioning his right wide receiver out, and it's going to take the snap, looking downfield. Screen play off to Aguilar their side, only going to be a 2-yard gain. We're looking at a 3rd and short here.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there. I think, once again, I think this is what the Eagles are going to have to do with Bradford. It's going to be a lot of short stuff to the outside, maybe over the middle of the field, and receivers are going to have to make plays after the catch.
It's one thing I think that Bradford's going to need to do to establish himself in this game is start extending the plays a little bit and looking at some of his big targets down the field a bit more rather than just dumping off. And we got a Vikings sack in the box in the middle. Fake handoff to Murray, looking downfield, wide open up the middle. Big play by Aguilar. And he's going to take that down to the 9. Huge play by Bradford and Nelson Aguilar on a crucial 3rd down.
That's what you do. You put yourself in 3rd and man. They're sitting there at 3rd and 3. You're thinking DeMarco Murray out the backfield. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. The defense is all in the box. They come out showing a big formation on defense, and they get burned down the middle on a little slot post. And that's what Aguilar's there for, to provide some speed and to get down the field and really stretch the defense over the top.
Bradford's going to be taking this ball behind center, handing outside to DeMarco Murray. Has a crease, but he cannot hit it. 0-yard gain. And also, I wanted to say that is a huge play on 3rd down by the Eagles on that last play there. Being that they can have these 3rd and short situations, it really opens everything up because DeMarco Murray can take those for first downs, so you can no longer just sit there and try to stop the pass, because you got to take that threat of the run. And now the Eagles are going to come line up 3 wide. Bradford taking the snap, and it's going to be a huge sack for the Vikings defense. Captain Munnerlyn with the sack.
Yeah, the defense really did a good job there. I think they confused the quarterback there, Bradford, a little bit on that play, and they were able to get the sack. And now it's going to be a big 3rd and long, and trying to hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, so we're going to have a big 3rd down here. Last thing you want to see is a turnover here. At the very least, check it down, throw it away. You got to end this with points, though. Let's see if we get a snap here before the quarter ends.
Draw. And they're going to let the quarter expire. And going back to that last play on 2nd down, that corner blitz, man, it throws a lot of these quarterbacks off, especially Bradford, who's looking to make a quick throw immediately. He gets that pressure on him, and it really disguises the coverage as well as confuses his reads.
Yeah, and for some quarterbacks, it's hard to see that coming. If you're gonna, if you're targeting a receiver on the right side and you have a quarterback blitz coming from the left side, if you don't sense that pressure, it's going to be pretty tough for you. Bradford's going to take this 3-wide set on the left side, takes the snap, sitting in the pocket, looking to the middle, and that's going to be dropped by the backup tight end. And it looks like we're going to have to be settling for a field goal here for the Eagles, but it's better than nothing, better than the turnover.
But no can do. The coverage is too good. The football.
Yeah, you really look at this Eagles team. They got to within the 5, and what did it look like they were missing? Where's that big tight end target that they need? With Ertz out 4 to 6 weeks, you could tell they really struggled in the red zone right there with Bradford. He did not feel comfortable, and even forcing that last pass up to a tight end that's not a starter is really disappointing for the Eagles in the red zone right there.
Absolutely, big return by Diggs to start the drive off for the Vikings. Made a nice cut to the outside, tried to seal the edge, but he could not seal the edge completely. But they're going to have a nice starting field position at 33 here, and I don't think anyone can say anything other than we want to see AP be AP this drive. He only had 1 carry last drive on a quick 3-and-out, and there we go, starting off him right away, cutting to the outside, has some space, going to be tackled for a 9-yard gain on the first play. That was a nice run by AP to start the drive off.
Yeah, and that's going to be the difference maker for them. Like you saw, all of the great blocks by his offensive line as well as those receivers on the outside there, and I think that's where the money is going to be made, is with those receivers making blocks.
We're going to have a flag down the field. I think that's going to be a false start. So big, mental error by the offensive line of the Vikings. You just had a huge run on first down to bring you 2nd and short. Now you're just going to go ahead and take that away. Have a 2nd and 6 now. Much less manageable, and Bridgewater is going to get sacked by Fletcher Cox up the middle. Sorry, excuse me, Logan up the middle. That was a huge play by the Eagles defense to force a really long third.
Here's the knock on Teddy Bridgewater. On that second down play, he really stared off Brian on the left, running the quick out, and the zone really picked him up, and he didn't have nowhere else to go, and that causes confusion with him. They say he's a one-read quarterback, and he's not making multiple reads when he gets the ball snapped.
And Bridgewater's going to take the snap, throw it left side, deflected. Going to be another 3-and-out for the Vikings. This is absolutely not the start that we expected to see from a 2-0 Vikings team, but it could become to expected as they are an offense that's not averaging much more than a touchdown per game.
Yeah, like you said, definitely not what you expect, and a couple passes already that I think Bridgewater's trying to force. Looked like he might have had somebody open underneath and tried to just force that pass downfield.
Absolutely, and being in Bridgewater's 3rd season in the NBL now, we're going to want to see him take that next step forward, and he shouldn't no longer in his career just be staring down one wide receiver. We really want to see him going through his progressions more. And Bradford's going to motion his wide receiver out from the left, taking the snap, and it's going to be another sack for Sheriff Floyd. Vikings defense, big play on first down to come back from that 3-0.
Yeah, you see Philly, just a lot of their routes are just going downfield. They're going too vertical right now. They're not giving Bradford many options. He's looked like he made about two reads on that last play. Nobody was open. It was a bit of a covered sack. They really need to get some more intermediate routes mixed into this playbook.
I can't agree more. As we've stated before, real quick with this play, Bradford's looking deep to the wide receiver.
Oh, nice pass.
Big catch. Oh, no, he drops it. He knocks the ball out. But again, throwing the ball deep. And as we stated before, Zach Ertz was the security blanket for this team. And now, without that, it's really surprising to see how much the Eagles are targeting people downfield. You'd want to see Bradford getting more comfortable with his other wide receivers, throwing it intermediate and not just trying to get these chunks. And now we have a 3rd and 21 here. Bradford's going to sit back in the pocket, toss it up deep, looks like Jordan Matthews, and it's going to be swatted down. Another 3 now. This is a very defensive game so far. This is, what, the 3rd 3 now of the game so far?
Yeah, and the biggest thing about that drive right there is they didn't give the ball to Murray once. And I think that's, once again, they're forcing the quarterback to make some big plays, and they're not giving Mark Murray the opportunity to give him those short yardage situations.
Exactly. They're compiling that with vertical routes. So you're not getting your run game going. You're throwing nothing but vertical routes. So now you're getting yourself in these 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and the defense are playing the sticks. And it's making them throw into coverage, which is making Stan Bradford's completion percentage drop.
All right, now we're going to get the handoff to AP right up the middle. Going to be about a 6-yard game. Another nice run by AP on the first play. I want to see the Vikings stick with AP a little bit more this drive. Last drive we saw him get a huge run on the first down again, and he did it again this drive, and then they didn't give it to him last drive. I want to see them keep giving it to AP. He's going to be the guy here. And it's going to be a big play to Diggs on the outside.
And as you see it opened it up right there, just going to APV once, getting that second and manageable keeps the defense honest, and it really opens outside the hash marks for some throws to your good wide receivers like Stephon Diggs, especially the premier wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings right now.
I think that's something that the Eagles should learn from this Vikings offense, to stick with the ground game a little more. And we're going to have a handoff going to AP on the outside, cuts in. It looks like he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be a 0-yard gain on first down for AP.
Yeah, and like you said, they didn't gain any yards on that play, but the thing is, you got to stick with it. When you get down into this area, the field's a little bit shorter. The defense doesn't have to cover as much ground, especially in the passing game. So I think you got to just, give AP's one of the best that there is. So you just got to give an opportunity to keep moving the sticks for you.
We got Bridgewater I form, hands it off up to middle to AP again. Sticking with that run, 4-yard gain. Looks like we're going to have about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 here. Hopefully the Vikings can try to move the ball here, because you don't want to settle with a field goal, but take it if you can. This has been the most impressive drive the Vikings have put together so far.
The key for the Vikings right now is make sure they come away with points after this down. Turnover right here could be very costly to this team. This is their most efficient drive thus far since this game began.
Yeah, we're going to have a Bridgewater line up 4 wide, looking downfield, throws it short route to McKinnon, but he cannot regain his balance and stay in bounds. It's going to be a 2-yard gain, and we are going to have a 4th down. Safe throw, good throw by Bridgewater. He didn't have anyone downfield. Take the short, safe throw, get the points, walk away with a tie game, almost heading into the 2-minute warning now.
Yeah, and you said it, safe throw. It's still early in the game, no point trying to push downfield and possibly throw that interception and not getting any points out of that drive. So safe throw is the way to go, and I think they did the right thing there.
Now we're going to have Blair Walsh kicking the ball off. Going to be looks like it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. So we're going to have a drive here, starting by the Eagles on the 20. What do the Eagles need to do to start moving this ball? It's something they've been pretty inefficient at so far this game.
Well, it's a 2-minute drill right now, so this is where Bradford's going to make his paycheck. I'd say they need to get into some more aggressive sets and look to move the ball underneath. Let your receivers get your yards. Allow your receivers to catch the ball on the run and get some yak. A nice little handoff to Murray right there out of a spread formation out of shotgun. Murray maybe gains a yard. 2nd and 9. For the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, and as you mentioned about those aggressive sets and the 2-minute drill, one thing I want to see from Bradford this drive is I want to see him get in a rhythm. I want to see him establish something before he goes into the half. And he's going to take the snap now from a 4-wide set. Dump off to Nelson Aguilar. There's nothing open downfield. Take what you can get. Vikings going to call timeout, 3rd and 5. We've got about 2:20 left on the clock here.
Yeah, once again, just playing that safe route, something underneath. Eventually, something's going to give. This defense is going to, make a mistake, and that's when Bradford's going to have to make them pay.
And Bradford just signed a 4-year, $26 million extension for the Philadelphia Eagles. You like to see the offensive coordinator give him a little something. Let him take a shot. Let him hit the open man. Right there as he finds.
Oh, Jordan Matthews, nice play. Very nice play by Bradford.
See, you got to give Bradford an opportunity. You're going to give him $10 million guaranteed in the offseason. You like to see in a 2-minute drill, allow him to move the ball, especially with the weapons that he has on offense.
Yeah, signing your quarterback to this kind of deal, you obviously trust this guy. You want him to be, the guy under center for you, but you also you want to see him show you why you just gave him that extension. You want to see him show you why he's the quarterback, and you're not going to move to this rookie that we just drafted. And this is the kind of time where you really want to see him step up, because you got 2 minutes left on the clock, 3-3 game after you receive the kickoff. You don't want to just go into the half tide. You want to try to get something out of this drive. You had ample time to do so. So let's see if Bradford can do that. And he's going to line up here, another split back set, 3 wide. Looks like he sees something, maybe audible something on the play here. He's going to take the snap, sit in the pocket, dumping off to the side to DeMarco Murray. And he's busting through some tackles. He's taking it to the house.
Gone.
That's a big play.
Touchdown to DeMarco Murray.
No one's going to get him now.
Huge play for Philly. They finally break loose, a little quick underneath dump route, and he allows DeMarco Murray to show his explosiveness and athleticism and take it to the house.
Yeah, and as we said, the key to the Eagles' victory is you just have to go through DeMarco Murray, whether that's on the ground, through the air. He's a powerful back. You signed him to a big contract last year to get him on the team. You want him to just carry this team behind this offensive line, and that's just what he did. And now we're going to get a kickoff to Diggs, cuts upfield, is not able to get anywhere past the 25-yard line. Now we're going to see if the Vikings want to take some shots here. Minute 46 left. The last thing you want to see Teddy Bridgewater do is turn the ball over here, because that would just kill this offense. And here we go. He's lining up. 3 wide set, looking downfield. Short pass to the tight end, breaks the tackle, 8-yard gain. It's a very nice play on first down. Safe throw, a good route, and a nice gain.
Something for me that would worry me as far as defense coordinators go is there have been a couple missed tackles on the last couple plays, so we just got to pay attention to that. It could be a big factor.
And it's going to be a nice run by AP on first down. That's why you got to keep giving this guy the ball. Whether you're in the 2 minutes drill or not, he's going to make plays happen like that.
Yeah, huge hole opened up there, and I think it was just the situation. They picked a perfect time to run that football. It's in a passing situation, and the Eagles weren't ready for it, and he was able to pick up a big gain.
Now we're going to have Bridgewater 4 wide, audibling, draw up the middle to AP, breaks off a tackle, attempts to spin, does not get it. It's going to be a 1-yard gain.
And AP's really giving this Eagles team fits on defense. He's tough to bring down for this team. They really have to get back to their fundamentals, squaring up the guy with the ball and making the tackle, man. All these little trying to tackle with your pads and not using your hands is really showing right here, as AP was able to break off a couple big ones prior to that last play.
There we go. We have a fake to AP, almost a stack with Bridgewater, just able to get the ball off in time. It's going to be an incomplete pass, and we're going to have 3rd and 9 here.
4 for 7, 39 yards for Bridgewater right now. I wouldn't say that's a great performance for him right now. They definitely need to let their star quarterback take some shots down the field as well.
Yep, and we go bunch set, throwing outside to Rudolph, and he's going to stumble. He's not able to grab the first down. Let's see if the Eagles are going to burn a timeout. Yes, they are. It's going to give them 40 seconds left to try to make a drive downfield here.
Yeah, and that has to be frustrating there. It looked like Rudolph had some room to run after that catch, and he just couldn't get his footing back there after he made that nice catch.
Yeah, he had the guy open, and he had some room to run upfield. Absolutely, he could have turned that up for a couple more yards, but he was unable to regain his balance, and it ultimately resulted in a punt here. So now I'm curious to see what the Eagles are going to do. If they're really going to take some shots, they did call a timeout, so kind of leads you to believe they're going to want to try to score here, at least get a field goal. But again, as I just said for the Vikings, the last thing you want for the Eagles is to turn the ball over. Defense just came up with a huge stop. You don't want to gift this Vikings offense any free points here. And we're going to have.
I couldn't see them taking a shot right now. They got Pierce in the backfield. He's actually going to get the handoff off. DeMarco's not even in the game right now. A little 4-yard gain for Bernard Pierce. But honestly, I really do not see Philly trying to make any big splashes here on this last half minute in the first half. Go into the locker room, take your 10-3 lead, and start the game fresh with a 7-point lead in the second half.
Yeah, maybe I did think they were going to try to do something here, because, like we said, they called that timeout on the end of that Vikings drive to seem like they want to try to make a drive, but they're just going to give it to Murray, let the clock tick down, head into the half with a 10-3 lead, and the Vikings are going to be getting the ball starting the half. So, Project, what do the Vikings need to do to improve, stop DeMarco, and to get some points on the board here? The offense hasn't been clicking very well so far.
Yeah, and outside of that one big play, I think they've been playing pretty well on defense. But I think if they're going to win this game, they have to step it on the offensive side of the ball. Bridgewater has made some questionable throws, just hasn't seemed to be in sync with his receivers. And I think that if they're going to, get rid of that 7-point deficit that they're currently in and win this game, they have to get together here on offense.
Yeah, and then we go. Bridgewater's going to be throwing a nice play to Mike Wallace in the first play. It's going to be about a 15-yard game.
Now look. Let's look at what just happened there. They're starting to get the passing attack going. I really want to see more from the Tennessee volunteer, Jamarian Bryan. He was their first-round pick. He was 13th overall. Minnesota's been using him sparingly in the first couple games. Last game, he was 4 catches for 60 yards. I'd like to see him come on right here and really show that Minnesota does have a vertical threat, and they're not just Adrian Peterson on the ground and pound.
And speaking of ground and pound by AP, that's going to be a handoff to AP. Going to be a no-yard gain, though. So we're going to have 2nd and 10 set up here for the Vikings.
Yeah, and from what it looks like after that play here, just we were kind of talking about before, is they're going to make Teddy Bridgewater beat him. It looks like they might start bringing some more pressure and trying to stop this running game a little bit. And like I said, make Teddy Bridgewater make big throws downfield. And
that's not something I can blame them. You know, AP's the workhorse, so you want to stop him. And Bridgewater's going to take a 3-wide set, throws it short to Diggs, going to be just about a 2-yard gain. Setting up for another 3rd and long. The Vikings need to get themselves out of these 3rd and long situations. It is not helping their team at all.
Well, you look at Philly. They're able to cover 4 on that defensive possession, but yet they're still getting good tackling and being able to stop the underneath. It's basically defense that is preached in practice, showing up on the game field right now. It's quality defense by the Philadelphia Eagles at this moment.
Yeah, and Bridgewater's taking the snap. He's got a couple guys, throws it up the middle to McKinnon, and it's going to be incomplete. It only takes 4 plays, and they're going to be punting the ball again. This Vikings offense has just been stuttering this whole game. They've not been able to get anything clicking.
Yeah, and it's kind of difficult to watch the Vikings, like you said, on offense, and just not been able to get anything going. But all they can do now is just defense is out there. They need to give their offense the ball back and just continue to hope that they're going to make the big play.
Yeah, and the Vikings are in a tough division. It's not something you want to see from a 2-0 team here. Being this unimpressive on offense. You want to see them showing some signs of life to show that they're going to compete down the stretch, and honestly, it's just not something that I know is really going to happen at this point. And now we're going to have Bradford lining up under center, 2 tight end set, 2 wide set, single back, hand off to Murray on the outside, and he's got a big hole, taking it to the outside, and is going to get tackled around the 47-yard line. Huge run by DeMarco Murray on the first play.
Nice stretch play by DeMarco. He's showing why he got paid all the money that Philly paid him, and he's the franchise halfback in that city.
Yeah, and as we've said a couple times, he's the guy. He's made plays in the ground game, plays in the air. They just need to stick with it. It's a safe bet. It's not deep passes, and when you're running the ball, he just keeps going forward. That's something the Eagles are going to have to stick with, and I can only see them putting more points on the board if they do so. And now we're going to have another 2 tight end, 2 wide set, single back, hand off to Murray up the middle, and he's going to get stuffed. Only going to be about a 1-yard gain there on first down.
But this is what they're going to need to do. They have that 7-point lead right now. They need to continue to control that clock. And DeMarco Murray is going to be the way that they're going to do that. I just really like that run a couple downs ago, especially because once again I think the wide receivers are not given enough credit on the outside when they're making their blocks. That was what sprung him there, and was able to get him that long run. Was that blocking by the receivers?
Yeah, we're gonna have Bradford lining up in shotgun again, 3 wide set, 1 tight end, 1 halfback. And it's going to be handoff to Murray, cuts it up the middle. It's going to be a loss, a 4-yard loss. Not impressive by that offensive line there by the Eagles. They just got ran over on that play.
I think Philly might be playing it a little too safe right now. Now they're in a 3rd and long, and it's going to be really tough to convert on here. They come out with a shotgun with Murray offset to the left right there. 3 wide receiver set. You got Williams in motion.
Bradford standing back in the shot.
Over the middle, dropped, and a drop pass.
Yeah,
nice pass by Bradford, though, I might add, but a drop pass by the Eagles offense, a lot of pressure on them when the defense knows that they're looking to go deep on that play.
Yeah, I just said it was a nice pass by Bradford. The wide receiver was definitely open on the play, although I would have liked to seen Bradford throw it a little bit sooner because I think he waited a little too long, which also contributed to the drop because the wide receiver heard the footsteps of the safety coming in, and I believe that contributed to his inability to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, but another thing to think about there too with that drop pass is we've already kind of spoke about it earlier, but that's that what Zach Ertz would have been. That's been their guy, that's been their security blanket, like you said earlier, and I think just right there shows that inexperience there from their backup tight end.
And we're going to have a counter play to AP, and it's going to be tackled again for a no-yard gain. I think the Vikings, at this point in the game now, they've, as we said earlier, they didn't stick with the run game, but I think I want to see some play action here on first down. They've literally ran the ball almost every single play on first down so far, and I think the Eagles are just coming out to expect it at this point and stopping AP and just setting themselves up for second and longs and third and longs. And we're going to have 3 wide set, single back. Bridgewater sits back in the pocket, throws it short to AP, and he's not able to hang on to the ball. Very unfortunate for that Vikings offense. We're going to have another third and long.
Another third and long for this team. And if you like ground and pound football, you're going to love this game. But it's becoming too robotic, too predictable. The defense is ready for it. You know, they have to mix up some play actions, as Tom's just stated, in the first down, second down, and really look to take some shots downfield to get this defense out the box.
Yeah, and as you said about being robotic, I'm feeling robotic sitting back here. I feel like every time the Vikings hit the ball, I'm just constantly saying third and long, third and long. It's all they're able to get. And finally able to actually convert on a third and long here. That was a nice pass to the outside there for a big, about 20-yard gain there.
Yeah, great protection there by the offensive line. They gave Bridgewater a lot of time, and he was able to find his receiver who was able to get to the sideline and find that hole there in that zone defense.
Absolutely. Now we're going to have handoff, play fake. And thrown up the middle to Brian, wide open. There we go. As we said, the play fake on first down.
And there's a big play to the rookie wide receiver. I told him they need to get him more involved in the vertical game. Use Adrian Peterson play action to get that going for them down the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we were just saying, you got to involve that play action on the first down because they've just been pounding it. You want to see some play action and get that Philadelphia defense biting. And they're going to hand it to AP. Cuts up the middle, only going to be about a 4-yard gain, though. It seems a little slow making that cut, though. Maybe that age is getting to him a little bit. Normally that's something that you'd see AP just power right through the middle there.
Yeah, but great vision on that play. He was able to find that hole. He tried to get there, just couldn't make it happen.
And now we're going to have Bridgewater lining up 5 wide here on 2nd and 6. And he's taking the snap, sitting in the pocket. And it's going to get his. He throws it, and it's going to send the pass just, wobbling off to the right side there. And we're going to have a 3rd and somewhat more manageable than what we're used to, but still 3rd and pretty long.
Yeah, this is definitely something where you're not going to just be a one-dimensional offense right here. You can still run the ball. Look for a possible screen out the backfield. This has been a good, long, effective drive for the Vikings. They want to make sure they get some points on the board with this play.
This is the most effective drive we've seen out of them so far. Bridgewater might be seeing something. He's audible in the backfield. Takes the snap, looks downfield, throws it to Diggs. Almost picked off, and that would have been a pick 6 if he was able to catch that rookie mistake by Teddy Bridgewater there.
Teddy Bridgewater just seems off today. He's been a second or two late on every throw. The defense has been able to come underneath on nearly all of his passes. It seems like the scout team defense for the offense for the Philadelphia Eagles did their job this week in practice.
Yeah, and as I said, that is a very, very rookie mistake for Bridgewater. Fortunately for that Vikings team, nothing happened for them, but you had to get the points there. He threw it, almost a pick. Should have really been a pick 6, but the cornerback was unable to hang on to the ball there. Not something you want to see out of now a veteran quarterback for this team.
Which ended rather quickly with a punt.
Yeah, I think what they got to
do. Yeah, you should be happy they were able to get 3 points on that drive, but still a lot of work to go. The Eagles defense is really bringing it to Bridgewater, and it's going to make it difficult for him.
And we're going to have play fake here to DeMarco Murray. Throws it to the flat to Nelson Aguilar. It's going to be looks like only a 1-yard gain there. Now something that we were just talking about that the Vikings need to incorporate, and the Eagles went ahead and incorporated as well, a little play action on the first play. Although it didn't seem like Bradford really looked downfield. He just
I think Bradford's not looking for the tight end. He had the tight end on a nice post there. He was wide open. But there it goes back to not trusting the backup. He doesn't have Ertz there no more. So now that read is just being marked off and not even being used. Now you got DeMarco up the middle. Nice run. Break it, sheds a couple tackles, gets him to a 3rd and short. for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Very nice run by Murray there, and that is something that play action there on first down sets up. You know, it makes the linebackers in the second level think a little more whether they're actually getting the ball handed off, and also you're not expecting a run all the time on second and long, and that's what they did. And now we're going to have 3 wide on the left, 1 wide receiver to the right, Murray in the backfield. Looks like Bradford might be audibling something here. And he takes the snap, chucks it deep, or sorry, check down here. Looks like number 19 there. Big play by Bradford. You want to see them kill some clock on this drive. Only have a 4-point lead now, and you want to see the game stay in Philadelphia's control, and that's just what they did with that play.
Yeah, great play call there. I want to say just you know, bunching the formation there. All they needed was a couple yards, and that's all they went and got.
And Bradford's gonna take the snap again, up the middle. Nice play to Matthews, 10-yard gain. Looks like we're gonna have a first down, second and short. It looks like the spotting is gonna be second and short. I'd be surprised if the Eagles call another play here that probably lets us just take into the fourth quarter.
If you can get Bradford in that West Coast feel and get him making reads early, he's very accurate and he makes the right decision. As you can see, the Eagles have been able to move the ball recently because Bradford has been making those quick decisions and using his mind rather than his lack of arm strength.
And this defensive battle has the feel of a game potentially.
All right, and you know, as we've said, the Eagles with this lead right now. They've been playing a very nice drive by Bradford, not making the risky throws, throwing some short throws, giving it to Murray, controlling the clock, and that's essentially what they want to do. You don't want the Vikings to get too much time with the ball. And now they're going to have second short, Pierce in the backfield. Looks like Matthews motioning from the right side to the left side. 2 wide now on the left, 2 tight end set, handoff up the middle to Bernard Pierce, and he's going to get just enough for the first down. Keep the clock moving. Nice gain, nice play.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're you know, mixing Pearson here. Once again, you want to take care of DeMarco Murray. He's your guy. You just signed him to a long-term deal. You know, he's going to be in Philadelphia for a little while, and you want to try and keep him as healthy as you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have Bradford here. Or no, sorry, Wildcat, not Bradford. Murray to the right side.
Gone.
Oh, he might take that.
The 10. It's close for DeMarco Murray. Looks like he's going to stop short of the 2. Wow, what a run by DeMarco Murray. That's 2. We've seen him break off. And for those who say he's not worth the money that he got paid, you're crazy. You are crazy.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of starting to wonder why this Vikings defense isn't trying to contain Murray a little more. You know, Bradford's, I wouldn't say he's been impressive, but he hasn't played a terrible game. He's just, you know, been his average game manager self so far, and they're just letting Murray just, you know, run at will. And we're going to hand to Ryan Matthews up the middle, finds a crease, touchdown. It's going to be 16-6 Eagles. Nice drive. Very nice
play
drive.
calling. Nice play calling by Philly all the way down the field. They kept the defense on their toes, and it was all set up by the ground and pound work they put in the first half. It really allowed and set up for play action, and then the Wildcat to take them all the way home.
Also, something that Project mentioned with the switching in of Bernard Pierce, I think that really attributes to the success that Philly's having this far into the game. It's keeping Murray's legs fresh, letting him be able to get those big runs as he just got, and you know, it's really helping this offense out. It's great to be able to have multiple backs that you can rely and depend on, especially coming down the stretch of the season. You want to be able to have multiple guys to hand the ball off to.
Yeah, the most impressive part of that drive to me was the fact that all 3 of their running backs contributed. You had 1 pickup for the first down there in Pierce, and then Matthews with that touchdown later on.
Play fake first play, and it's going to be off to the flat to Kyle Rudolph. Going to be a short pass for Bridgewater. Maybe just something just trying to get his confidence back after having a couple near interceptions on the previous drives.
Yeah, he definitely needs to start utilizing his tight end a little bit more. It's 17-6. We got 4 minutes left. They need to get a score on this drive. 3 or 6 is what they need.
And Bridgewater's going to take the snap. He's going to be throwing it deep down the left side. Nice play by Philly's cornerback, able to tip that away from Mike Wallace. Do you think we're in 4th down territory, or is it too early right now?
It's getting close to that point. I think if they can get a few yards on this play, make it a 4th and short, I would maybe think about going for it, but it's still a little bit too early in my personal opinion.
All right, we're going to have Bridgewater 3 wide. Audible in the play. Looks like we might see something on the defense here. He's changing a couple of routes. Still looking, and he takes a snap. Looking downfield. Throws
Over
up the middle.
interception.
Picked off. Wow.
Is that Kiko Alonso? Kiko Alonso, former Buffalo Bill, gets a nice interception on NBL Live. Primetime player right there. Possible NBL Live player of the game. And that is definitely the moment of the game right now.
Yeah, as we've been saying for the couple drives now, Teddy is making rookie mistakes, throwing into coverage, eyeing down one guy, and we just saw it again. He was staring at the slot receiver the entire time, and that's where he gave it to. And we're going to get a huge run on first down by DeMarco Murray, a 9-yard gain. He is just gashing this Vikings defense every single play, it seems like.
Yeah, I think at this point what it is, it's the Vikings defense is tired. They can't keep pace with this offense. And DeMarco Murray, that's where he kind of thrives, is whenever the defense gets tired, he's just so big and so strong. It just makes him even, that much more difficult to bring down.
He's already tough enough, and this late in the game is even tougher. Hand off to Ryan Matthews up the middle. That's going to be just enough for a first down. But that's really the kind of run you want to see at this point. Not taking too many yards, keeps the clock going and possession and the chains moving.
That's the third halfback that's gotten significant carries in this game for the Philadelphia Eagles. You got Ryan Matthews, you've got DeMarco Murray, and then you have Bernard Pierce, and they're doing a great job of mixing them in, all keeping the defense off balance, all different style of runners, and that's allowed DeMarco Murray to really find his niche in this game.
And we're going to have a little draw here to DeMarco Murray right up the middle. Another nice run by Murray. Going to be about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
And he breaks the 100-yard barrier today. That picks him up at 106 for tonight. DeMarco's playing one heck of a game.
He really is. And, as you said, Kiko could be player of the game nomination. I can't go any other way than DeMarco Murray. The guy has just been carrying this Philly offense, and it looks like he might be carrying them to a 3-0 start to this season. And we're going to have Bradford taking the ball 3 wide set, handing it off up the middle to Ryan Matthews. Looks like about a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, just like we were saying with the DeMarco Murray. Once again, I mean, he's just making it too easy for Sam Bradford. He's not forcing that guy to make too many throws. Like you said, he's carrying this team on his back right now, and averaging almost 8 yards a carry at this point in time, and that's just amazing.
Yeah, and as you just said with the throws, that's something you don't want to see Bradford do here, is make a risky throw. You got 3rd and short. You're up by 11 points.
And they're in field goal range too, like you said. At this point, no risky throws. Just I think you run the ball one more time and take the 3 points.
Yeah, that is what I want to see here. I want to see you give it to your playmaker DeMarco Murray, hit him on a draw up the middle, let him move the change, and that would really pretty much seal this game away if they're able to move the chains here.
And this is surprising. Vikings defense coming into here was a top 7 in rushing yards. They were top 2. They were only allowing 6.5 points a game into this early season. Their defense seemed to be very stout and improved since the offseason. And this is very disappointing to come in here and give up 106 yards to DeMarco Murray and allow for this three-headed horse to work against them.
Yeah, and there was a handoff to Murray on 3rd down. He was not able to get the first, though. But the Vikings will burn their first timeout of the second half, and we're going to have a field goal attempt here by Parkey. And he kicks it, splits the uprights. That's going to make it a 20-6 game with 2:13 left. Is this game out of reach for the Vikings?
I would say so. I think with their offense playing the way that it is, I would think that it's way out of reach for them. But I think right now what you need to do is you need to get some confidence in Teddy Bridgewater as Diggs goes down there at the 18-yard line. You need to get some confidence in Teddy Bridgewater on this next drive. Just get the offense in sync a little bit. Obviously, you want to still try and go downfield, and you don't want to give up on this game, but just give Bridgewater the opportunity to make some good throws and complete some passes.
Yeah, and what I really don't want to see on this drive is I don't want to see Bridgewater forcing the ball and getting another turnover. That's just going to kill the young man's confidence moving forward. It's going to be a nice pass on first down to Diggs. It's going to be about a 14-yard game, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning of the second half.
What do you do? Just come out there and get a
first down. It's similar routes. You just don't see Teddy getting anything over the middle. You don't see him getting anything deep. Everything's pretty much out corner route, and that's the only thing Bridgewater's really feeling comfortable going at attacking against this Eagles defense. And if that's the case, that's not going to be enough to get them back in this game down down over 14, 15 points in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Bridgewater's going to take the snap from a 4-wide set, throwing it to the left side, and that's an interception. That's going to be the game. And you know, I really think you hit the nail on the head with that on that last play there. You saw all game the only big plays Bridgewater got was out routes, couple to Rudolph, a tight end, couple to Diggs, couple to Bryan, but it was just out routes. Every time he was looking over the middle, he just looked scared. He was throwing into coverage. Looked like he was locking down on the players. He knew he was throwing over the middle of the field before the play even happened, and that's not something you want to see out of a veteran quarterback.
Your quarterback needs to be comfortable in the pocket. Tonight, Teddy Bridgewater was not comfortable in the pocket. APB needs to go back to the drawing board, draw some plays in there, get him some West Coast kind of routes, intermediate stuff, to get him to make it, allow him to make 1, 2, 3 reads additional play rather than staring at one guy as he drifts across the middle of the field and then feeling like he needs to force the pass.
Yeah, you know, with this game pretty much wrapping up now, I'd like to turn it and look at these divisions a little bit. With this win for Philly, that's going to set them up at the top of the NFC East at 3-0. They really have turned around what's happened last season, and you know, they had a nice run at the end of the season, and now they've really turned it around, start off 3-0. And for the Vikings, you know, a very tough division over them, the NFC North, as you know, and that's going to set them to 2-1. And it's going to be a tough stretch here for the Vikings coming up to be able to come back and compete for this division.
This was definitely a game the Vikings needed to win on the road. Sorry to cut you off there, Project, but they really needed to win this game. Our division is very tough. You can't lose games to teams that you feel you should beat. And I think this was a team that the Vikings felt they could have beaten today.
Yeah, there it is right there. DeMarco Murray seals it for sure. If it wasn't already, another huge pickup for him on the ground out of the shotgun. It almost seems like it's unfair. This Vikings defense playing great all season long, and they just weren't ready to play this game.
No, and you know, I can speak from personal experience, having to face off against DeMarco Murray twice this season. You game plan for the man, and if you aren't ready for him, he's gonna gash you. So with this game concluding now, let's go ahead and announce our NBL Live Player of the Game. And I think everyone can unanimously agree with me that we could not give this to anyone else other than DeMarco Murray of the Philadelphia Eagles.
100% agree. DeMarco had a great game on the ground. Surprised me. I did not think he would have the success he did. And Eagles defenses should be honorable mention for the way they played against Teddy Bridgewater and Adrian Peterson.
Yes, Murray just killed it all game. Couldn't stop him. And he receives the NBL Live Player of the Game. And that's going to be all we have here. Thank you, everyone.
Before we go, Project, you want to announce the Week 5 NBL Live schedule? We got a game coming up in Week 5.
Yeah, so Week 5 is actually going to be my Oakland Raiders facing off against the Backley's Denver Broncos.
And that should be a good one. I hope y'all tune in for that as well. I'll sign off right now. This is Bomber signing off for Project Fat, and our play-by-play host today was Tom. Did a great job. Continue to tune in, and this video will be uploaded to YouTube shortly.